There's an artist going viral and getting a lot of views and likes and accolades for their artwork, but a fair amount of people on Threads were suspicious this artist is using AI. So let's take a look at the situation, and again, please don't send hate to any parties involved. So this kicks off with a post on Threads by user Lauren B Does Life, writing, "So this is AI, right?" Even her answer to my process question sounds like she copy and pasted. She sells her art online for like 50 bucks. So this is a drawing that this artist made of Michael Jackson, and this got a lot of views and likes. Actually, the original post from 4 days ago got 12,000 likes. And of course, Michael Jackson is an absolute icon. And OP commented, "I need to know how you make the jacket sparkly." So the artist, and again, don't send hate or bully anybody, writes, "Take your image to Procreate and create a new layer on top. Set it to add or screen for the glow. Use luminance brushes like the light pen, glimmer, or flare to paint sparkles where light would naturally hit. Jewelry, eyes, sequins, glossy fabric, hair highlights. For extra shine, add tiny star shapes with a light pen. Use soft airbrush around them for glow. Duplicate the sparkle layer and lower opacity for a richer glow. Add white dots and tiny cross highlights for that twinkle effect. Slight Gaussian blur on some sparkles makes them more luminous. The trick is placement. Don't put sparkles everywhere. Only where light would catch. That makes it look intentional and magical, not messy." Maybe this is like a ChatGPT message, right? It can read a little bit ChatGPT, but also maybe this person just really wants to give a super in-depth explanation on the jacket sparkles. This one I'm just really curious about because often a lot of creators on Instagram and stuff don't leave such detailed comments. It's not unseen though. If it is like manually written, that is mad dedication from this artist. But people weren't like fully buying it. A commenter says, "Yeah, the response is AI. So the image is also AI. The scribbles at the end are more than enough to tell." And OP says the scribbles at the bottom of the jacket, why is that obviously AI? And these are the little scribbles that you're seeing here, right? These little zigzags. And the commenter says they make no sense when compared to the rest of the drawing. It's clearly not a brush stroke since it has detail already. And another person says, considering they've made 17 posts in the past day with multiple slides of stuff, yes. Also, their tarot card designs are so obviously AI, with all the yellowish tint for one, among many others. And then a commenter says, quote, "Take your image into Procreate," end quote. Wait, take your image into Procreate and create... Wait, I like literally glossed over this when I was reading. I've read this comment like 4 times now. What do you mean take your image into Procreate? What about in your drawing program of choice, make an add or screen layer? What do you mean take your image into, like it would already be in Procreate or Clip Studio Paint. Like almost all these drawing programs have the ability to make a screen layer on top. Huh? Wait. Oh my god, this is cracking me up. And another person writes, "This person's Michael Jackson fan art has been all over my feed. I thought it was interesting that they drew a picture of Michael through the years but kept his skin color consistently orange the whole time. Seemed like an odd artistic choice. Now that you say this person's work might be AI, I'm even more suspicious." So let's take a look at this artist page. And this artist goes by the name Stephania Blum. Again, don't send hate, don't bully anybody. I think this is the post they're referencing, which is Michael Jackson over time. And yeah, I mean, it is interesting that his skin was kept the same because I never pronounced it right. I'm so sorry. My pronunciation's so bad. But Michael Jackson was diagnosed with vitiligo. Is that how you pronounce it? Where your skin over time, like you get those light patches, right? And Michael most definitely had that in his later years. He was photographed with his skin like that, and then his face eventually became like very, very light. So that's an interesting choice, just to like completely omit this person's skin tone and just like, yeah, we're just gonna keep it the same the entire time. Like, I don't know. But again, a big one that I always say is when it comes to determining whether somebody used AI in their work or not, we need to look at the full picture, not just like 1 or 2 images, because sometimes it could just be human error. Maybe this person just really wants to draw Michael Jackson with a specific skin tone, which again is odd. But we have these drawings, right? The fingers, the hands are doing some weird things, you know? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a thumbnail here, which I assume is for the thumb. What is this? Like, she's got a pinky, and yet it looks like there's another finger in here. Not to mention, like, hands disappearing into the hair. Now, look, it is an artist staple to not want to draw hands, you know? So if you could hide them any way possible, absolutely. But, like, the wrist is too high up to hide the hand in the hair, you know? If you're gonna, like, do the hair thing, you wouldn't, like, put the wrist all the way up here, right? You would kind of put it like this, so that you hide the hand completely behind the head. That is just an awkward end to the wrist, because, like, how do you replicate this pose? You need to draw part of the hand to do that. Now we get to the tarot cards, because half the artist page has art in like that Michael Jackson like sparkly style, and the other half are these tarot cards. And the tarot cards are like a dead giveaway to me that this is very suspicious looking. Beyond just the yellow filter thing, which a lot of AI has, but it's like the choices that were made in the art itself. A big one that people always say is like, ask yourself, would an artist draw this? And if the answer is no, maybe AI was used in the process. First off, we have like warping going on with the buildings, like the windows are all bleeding into each other. But secondly, this flower behind Anakin somehow is growing behind him and sitting in front of him at the same time. Same for this person. I'm so sorry, guys. I forgot Star Wars, everything about it. But like the glass is sitting on her dress, like on her veil. Not to mention the veil like bleeds into the dress itself. Again, it's just one of those like, would a human draw it like this? Like, would the human put the flower simultaneously behind and in front of Anakin? Probably not, right? They would just put it in front of Anakin. Here we have this one. And again, it's one of those where people are always like, oh, the art style looks really AI. You know, it's not the best defense because like AI steals from real people. So there are legitimate people who draw like AI because AI stole their style. So, you know, that's always a unfortunate one. But the style does look really different from like other ways faces are drawn by this artist, which is a bit interesting to see. Oh, and then we have this one, Christina Aguilera. What is happening with this back foot? She's walking, right? But then this back foot is like split in half by the foot in front of it. Again, you ask yourself, would a human draw the foot like that? You know, getting split in half by the foot in front? The answer likely would be no. Not to mention also this hand has 4 fingers and this one has 5. But benefit of doubt, maybe like the pinky is hidden given the hand perspective. We have this one. This is Michael Jackson sitting on a throne and there's so much going on here that's just odd. And in the bottom corner, we have Michael Jackson's chimpanzee, but the chimpanzee has 1 hand for 2 arms, and the chimpanzee has 1, 2, 3 toes on 1 foot, and then 4 on the other. The big one is the hand though. What is happening here? It is literally 1 hand for 2 arms. They're like melting into each other. That is just so odd. And then Michael is holding like a staff that goes straight into the chair. Not to mention he's sitting on some sort of cloth that has detailing. This looks like the Chinese character Jan, which is what we use to like count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. But the big one, we have a flower, a plant, being again cleaved in half by a sword. There's a plant and there's a stem. There's 2 sets of leaves on one side. On the other side, the 2 leaves are floating away from the stem because the hilt of the sword somehow divided the 2 in half. This makes no sense. And again, a human artist just would not draw it like that. They would draw the plant behind the hilt of the sword. But again, it's an odd choice to have the sword just sitting here. The sword is not stabbed into the ground, but somehow balancing precariously on nothing. So yeah, I mean, need I say more? The more you look at that, especially the tarot card ones, these are like the most dead giveaway of just, this was AI generated without a doubt. And the thing is like, people are just falling for it. Oh my god, not to mention the warping stars in the background. But the other dead giveaways as to why this person is using AI is one, they're posting like literally 20 times a day. Fully illustrated, fully rendered images 20 times. It's not like they have a massive backlog because some of the stuff they're posting about are like current events, things in pop culture that recently happened. So there's no way you preemptively drew that because that only happened like X amount of time ago. But also, secondly, they have no work in progresses. Now, again, some artists make the choice to just not show a work in progress because they, you know, either can't film it or want to like hide their process. Just because an artist doesn't have work in progress, this doesn't mean they used AI. But because this artist is already so suspicious with their 1, odd choices in their artwork, but 2, their wild output for art, work in progresses would be a way to maybe substantiate that they just maybe draw really fast and a lot. The only really like work in progress video they have is a video of them doing a traditional painting, but it's literally 2 clips. 1 clip of them painting the back, and then 1 like what looks like a fluke essentially, and then a clip showing kind of the full piece for like half a second. But again, like this looks so different from this artist's original art style. This does not look like what any of the digital art pieces look like at all. And of course, traditional is a different medium, so it won't look 1-to-1, but your like stylistic choices would still look pretty similar, right? And the way you render skin or the color choices you use. This person has a lot of artwork with sparkles, so I would maybe guess you would paint some sparkles and stuff onto your traditional painting. None of that is there. So can this person paint? Yeah. Are these works done by them? I personally don't think so. But a lot of people also felt frustrated because this artist, you know, is getting all of these followers for posing as an artist, essentially. And again, what's the point of doing this? Well, the point of the grift is money, right? Because they're selling prints of these tarot cards at 55 USD a piece. These Michael Jackson prints are also being sold for $55 a piece. But I think the final tell also, we scroll down on the website and we have this: never look back, rooted in ancestry made present. This is most definitely an AI. I don't think I need to explain to you why. And here we go, more of the grift. They have original traditional paintings for $3,000 listed as sold out. So either somebody bought it and got allegedly scammed. It's of a East Asian woman with her back exposed with like a snake coiling around her. Apparently made in 2025. It's an original painting, mixed media with acrylic, water, ink, oil, resin, and canvas. Maybe, because I don't do traditional paint, maybe is the resin used to seal the piece or something? But this is AI generated, man. This is just a scam. The snake's eyes aren't even the same. Look, it's got like one slit, you know, the vertical pupil. What is this in this eye? The nostrils are not the same. This jewelry, like, what is happening to her skin? There's like a cut in her skin underneath the jewelry. All this warping happening. The chain is not even a proper chain link. She's got like a bunch of creases for her armpit on this arm, but not on this arm. And then the scales are like melting together over here. Not to mention there's like a whole chunk missing out of the snake here. And again, like, I'm gonna be honest, this is a video of Stephania painting, right? Like, it's a pretty painting. It's not this hyper-realistic painting made with oils and resin and whatever that you're advertising that you painted. Is not this. The quality difference is just vast, right? And beyond that, it's just the style is completely different. Like, if this is hand painted, which in my opinion is generated by AI, this is hyperrealism. This artist does not do hyperrealism. And typically artists who do hyperrealism, they post super infrequently because the paintings take bajillion years. And two, that's literally all they post because that's like a very, very niche specialization. Come on, man. It's a scam, in my opinion, allegedly. So at the end of the day, you're allowed to think whenever you think. This is my personal opinion. So what are your thoughts about this entire situation? Do you think this artist is just like generating images with AI and posting 17 times a day? Or do you think they have like a massive backlog and people just misunderstood them? I'm curious about your thoughts at the end of the day, but I personally do think that this is AI generated and this person is defrauding people from money for selling prints that they're advertising as original painted works when it's not. That's my personal opinion. Though, would love to hear your thoughts with respect in the comment section down below. And with that, if you like this video, I appreciate it if you like and subscribe. Don't forget to check me out on Etsy. I have digital art there for streamers and creators. I also have a coffee with free resources like a free sponsorship guide, and I stream on Twitch 3 days a week. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at Mondays and Saturdays at Mondays and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. and Saturdays, Mondays and Saturdays at 6 p.m., Thursdays at 7:30. There we go. I got it right. And I hope to catch y'all there or in another video. Peace.